Now they'll start all over again. Ansel Amibe was ready to go. Right foot forward on the foul line. 3 dribbles, finds a spot that he likes on the ball, forces it up and misses the foul shot too deep. His first of the night. First attempt at the line in a long time for Ansel Amibe, who's 75% this season. Second free throw to try to put the Dogs up 6. Ball's in the air. Good. Frank missed the first, made the second. It's a 2-possession game. Georgia 66. South Carolina 60 with 2:03 to go. Michi drives, kick out into the corner, right for 3. No good. Rebound. Dimry up high. Foul, South Carolina. No, they say Blue Cane with a push.
Yes.
Blue Cane with a push on the rebound. Blue got called for Georgia. That's going to put South Carolina on the line with the clock stopped at 1:57. It'll be Talon Cooper, the 6'4 graduate transfer from Minnesota. Roebuck, South Carolina, his hometown. Steps to the line, right-handed shooter, free throw around the rim and good. Cooper's been fairly quiet offensively tonight. That's just his 3rd point of the game. Second free throw in the air. That one's all net. Now South Carolina starting to make some of those, but they can't make up for all the ones they've missed in the game. They've missed 15 foul shots in the game. Hill wants to drive, changes direction, spins on the right block, right guards him, bounces it through the paint to Ansel Amibe. He spins, puts it up with one hand over Matt. Good! Right in front of the basket in the paint. Ansel Amibe forced it up and in with the right hand. 68-62, Dogs by 6. Carolina basketball, less than 90 seconds to go. Cooper drives by Kane to the rack, reverse lay-in, spins it off the glass, good. And the South Carolina bench calls a time, I think it was them.
They did.
Lamont Paris calls a time, stops the clock with 1:23 to go. It's a 4-point Georgia lead, 68-64.
Boy, this one's, nobody's saying, I sure wish I had my money back.
Is it still hard to watch for you?
Well, you know what? It's turned into one of these games now where you're so excited you're here and you're just getting swept up in it. But it has not been a pretty basketball game by any measure.
123rd meeting in this series. There have been a lot like this. There have been a lot that weren't this close and this tight, but is on a 7-game home winning streak over Georgia here. The last Dogs win was in 2016. Georgia ended a 12-game skid overall to these guys last year with a win in Athens and later lost here in Columbia in their home-and-home series. They're trying to win on the road for only it would be the 6th time away from Athens in Mike White's 2 years on the Georgia bench. Road games are hard to come by. Georgia 2-0 in true road games this season. 3 of our losses have been on neutral floors, but we're trying to get a 3rd true road win here in Columbia tonight. There's still 1:23 to go. Dogs are up 68-64. The Scana Energy 3, well, we've kind of ignored that tonight on the floor. Just 1 for 4 in the second half. We've been trying to attack the basket, get to the line. Both teams have. And the Scana 3s tonight, just 3 for 13 for the Dogs. Jabri Abdur-Rahim has 1, and Melendez hit 2 in the first half, and those are Georgia's 3 long balls tonight.
77 rebounds in this game.
What is that an indication of? A lot of missed shots.
Listen, both teams have played great. You knew coming in, both these teams play very good defense.
Here we go, Georgia, the length of the floor, left to right. Hill trots it into the front court right now. Dribbles on the logo, steps to his left. Clock at 1:14, 1:13. Georgia leads by 4 with the ball. Ansel Amibe sets a pick. Defense switches on Hill. He drives. He banks it home. It won't go. Rolls off the front of the rim. Carolina tries to save the rebound. Mack tries to throw it off Hill.
They're going to take a look at that. They're going to have to take a look at that.
They haven't called it in favor of anybody yet.
Yeah.
They gave it to South Carolina?
Yeah, Pat Adams gave it to South Carolina, but if I'm not mistaken, I think that ball hit the ground.
They're going to look at it. Mack jumped up in the air on the baseline and tried to throw it off Justin Hill. And so the officials will review the play with 1:02 to go. They'll look at the video monitor across the way. We don't have one to look at here. In the arena, they're not showing one on the video board. We'll see if we can steal a look at TV to our left.
Okay, it hit on the. It looks to me like when it bounced up off the floor. Let me see if I can get one more look at that.
We'll see if they run another replay on the video monitor. We're stealing a look from the TV crew down to our left. It looked like the ball bounced out of bounds first before it was thrown off the body of Justin Hill. But that was kind of a partial look at their monitor next to us. The officials are looking at it across the way. They'll take a longer look and come up with the result. Georgia leads by 4 with 62 seconds to go. And this is a big call here if Georgia gets the basketball with a 4-point lead. And they'll get some more time on the shot clock.
Well, it hit the rim, right? So it resets at third.
There was the scramble for the rebound.
Should be reset at 20, though.
Well, they've given the possession to South Carolina. That's why the clock is at 30. Yes.
Yeah, but they'll have to reset that to 20. Really hard to tell.
Georgia basketball, says the officiating
that's what I
crew.
thought. It hit Georgia's player, but after it had already hit the floor out of bounds and then come back up.
Right. So Georgia will have it, and they reset the shot clock to 20. And they put another second on the game clock. They slipped to 1:03 in there. So 63 seconds to go. I'm assuming that was determined by the officials as well. They're not just adding time here in Columbia. I hope that's not the case. You've got some good stories about padded game clocks, don't you?
Yes, I do.
In the NBA level, that has gone on before a long time ago. All right, under a minute to go. Georgia's got the ball. Hill's just dribbling. Clock ticking down, 7 on the shot clock. Hill dribbles right wing. Still dribbling. 4 seconds to shoot. 3 seconds. Justin crossover, shoots from the elbow. Good! Beat the clock and beat the Cox, maybe. 42 seconds to go. 70-64. Huge shot by Justin Hill.
Well, we've seen it before. He takes that thing right down to the last possible second and then puts it in the air. And that from about the same distance, from about 7 feet away.
Georgia calls time. Officials will go to the monitor again, I guess, to see if he got the shot off in time.
Oh, he got the shot off in time. Shot was definitely off in time.
Georgia, with that basket, goes up by 6 with 42 seconds to play, 70-64. Justin Hill now with 9 points in the game, 3 for 12, none bigger than that shot, perhaps, if this lead holds up. Hill approaching 1,200 points in his career also. He's been a scorer in his days at Longwood University, and now at Georgia, averaging almost 10 points a game for the Dogs this season. And everybody who has played has scored for Georgia tonight, with the exception of R.J. Sunahara and Jalen Deloach. Those are the only 2 players that haven't scored. Demery has 13 for Georgia. Abdur-Rahim has 11 for the Dogs. Melendez with 10, and now Hill with 9, and Chiwa with 9.
And look at our bench points.
You may have to tell me. I can't find. Oh, there they are, 30-13.
30-13, Georgia's bench outscoring South Carolina's bench. That is we have said it over and over again, it is one of the strengths of this Georgia team.
Dogs trying to steal another road win, but there's still too much time left. 42, they put some tenths of a second back on. They add a half second. It goes from 42.1 to 42.6. Gamecocks will have the basketball. 6-point lead for Georgia, 70-64. Right to inbound it. Cooper back to receive the inbound, and Hill will let him throw it in, then Hill retreats on defense. Cooper into the front court. Zachary Davis, cross court to Johnson, catch and shoot three, good. They just cut the lead in half, and they call a quick timeout. So they took 9 seconds, and they got 3 points out of it. We've got 33.1 to go, and it's 70-67. It would seem you're never out of the woods in this league.
Boy, that is absolutely a true statement, Scott.
19 now for Michi Johnson. The Ohio State transfer averages 17. Had just 5 in their overtime win at Missouri over the weekend. Was 1 for 4. Not really an integral part of the offense.
Okay. And what are the 3 things that you want to do? You don't want to eat pizza. The calories east of the what? West of the East Coast. But you also want to foul, right?
Yeah, never admit that Godfather 3 is good.
That's right.
Never eat pizza east of the or west of the Mississippi, and always foul when you're leading
by 3.
Somebody maybe famous once said, or something to that effect.
Well, let's see if they're going to foul. Now,
they're going to play defense right now.
Of course they are, but let's see if they're going to foul. That's what
There's 33 seconds, 33.3. So that's a difference of 3.3 shot clock and game clock remaining in regulation. 70-67 is the lead for Georgia. Now they move Silas Demery over on the left baseline in backcourt to throw it in. South Carolina's going to come with full court pressure.
And he can run the baseline.
Demery wants to go. We have 3 go long. 1 comes back. They bounce it into Hill. 2 guys on him. He's in the backcourt now. Justin with a right-hand dribble into the front side. They try to trap him there on the side court. He's picked up his dribble and has to call for time. Calls for time with 24.8 to go. They put 2 guys on him and pinned him on the near sideline after he picked up his dribble in the front court. That's the last Georgia timeout. South Carolina has 1 remaining. 24.8 to go. Georgia has 21 seconds on the shot clock.
Mike White is substituting Melendez into the game, trying to, I think, get some quickness, perhaps even towards the rim.
Melendez has scored 10 points tonight, all 10 of those coming in the first half. Hasn't been on the floor a great deal here in the second half, as Mike hasn't substituted a lot since Georgia took the lead. The Dogs were down 9 with more than 12 minutes to go, went on a 16-3 run to go ahead and haven't trailed since. South Carolina's last lead came just under the 10-minute mark at 50-49. Georgia's been playing in front for that long and hopes to play in front for another 24.8 seconds. That's the time remaining in the game. Silas to inbound it right in front of us. Throws it into the backcourt to Hill. They chase him. Try to trap him with 2 people. Jump pass to half court to Melendez. He's on the logo. Georgia just playing keep away now. They have to foul R.J. Melendez. Terrific job to get R.J. the basketball, as he will go to the line for 2 free throws. Melendez on the year, 86% from the stripe. South Carolina was pursuing Georgia all over the floor for the ball. They probably wanted to foul Hill, really, but he had when they put 2 guys on him in the backcourt, he jumped past to the half-court line to Melendez. Then they fouled him with 17 seconds to go.
And R.J. had used his quickness to get open.
Melendez's first free throw is good. That makes it a 4-point lead for the Dogs. Both Antonio Reynolds-Dean, Georgia's associate head coach, and Mike White upstanding in the coach's box and coaching the guys back off the foul lane. Melendez hits a pair. It's a 5-point lead for the Dogs. 72-67. South Carolina 3-ball blocked by Demery. Caught out of the air. Throws it up to Melendez. There's a foul behind the play. Foul on South Carolina behind the play.
They fouled Demery.
With 11.6 seconds to go.
Now, Georgia players are waving goodbye to the South Carolina fans. Let's just take the win and get out of here nicely, okay?
Demery's going to be at the line with 11.6 seconds remaining. He's the only Bulldog up there on the line. Blue Kane and Jabri Abdur-Rahim Justin Hill and R.J. Melendez are back behind the play. 3 South Carolina players are on the foul lane. And Demery with the clock stopped, trying to add to a 5-point Georgia lead. The Dogs are 11.6 seconds from stealing another road win. Free throw, good. Demery's hit some big foul shots here in the second half as he adds to his double-digit scoring tally tonight. He's got 14 points. He's 8 of 11 from the line tonight. Demery spins the ball twice. Right-handed shooter. The freshman puts it in the air. It's good. 74-67. Georgia's going to get out of here with a win. Less than 10 seconds to go. Cooper given a lane. He misses a driving layup. It rims out. They get an offensive rebound. Shoot the air ball. Get the putback on the other missed shot by Cooper with 2.6 to go. Georgia just inbounds. Dribbles out the clock.
That's it.
And Georgia has ended a 7-year losing streak here in Columbia, South Carolina. The Dogs win it 74-69, your final score from Colonial Life Arena here in Columbia, South Carolina. The Bulldogs with the win. Now 13-4. They improved to 3-1 in the SEC. Georgia also now 3-0 in true road games this season. That's remarkable considering what this team has been in previous years. South Carolina with the loss, now 14-3. They suffer their first home defeat of the season, and they are now 2-2 in the Southeastern Conference.
And I can't emphasize enough what a huge win this is for Georgia and for Mike White and his staff as they rebuild things in this basketball program, because you're now 3-1 in the SEC. And, you got another road game coming up at Kentucky this coming Saturday at 6 p.m. But this team now knows they can compete against anyone, anywhere, at any time. And Georgia can do it any number of ways. With their defense, with their bench. Sometimes they just get hot shooting the basketball. But we've been able to establish that we've been able to do it any number of ways. And here comes a guy over, Silas Demery,